caught in a web of inner struggles. Why must I deal with these emotions that are ripping my soul apart? Emotions caused by pain that have been inflicted so deeply. Pain that seems to have taken control of my mind, my heart, my very being. Inflicted pain that is crushing the life out of a heart that was once so young and so full of laughter and joy. A heart that has now become full of sadness, disappointment, hurt, distrust, and resentment. This heart of mine should have been shielded. It should have been protected. But instead it was abused and molested. It was made to feel rejected. This heart of mine, it should have been shown by example how to give and how to accept love, but instead it was forced to submit to the lasciviousness of some old fool's nasty, lustful desires. This heart was forced to endure the slimy fingers and hands of people who should have been protecting it. People who should have been able to have been trusted. This heart should have been taught to smile, but instead it was taught to be fearful, to be silent, to stop feeling. It was taught not to shed tears, but to hold it all on the inside and not to tell anyone. But somehow, even through all of these insidious lessons, laden with dots of venom, with the intention of destroying my soul, I still every now and then could feel the tremor of a chuckle trying to escape through the painful crack of this heart. Miraculously, I still every now and then could feel a glimmer of hope attempting to emerge from the midst of the shattered, disordered nest of my heart. But it did not stop there. Sometimes when I would try to escape the prison of my mind, I can sense an aura of possibility surrounding me. There was this thing inside of me, this feeling that gripped me, causing me to sense that maybe everything was going to be all right. There was this spirit of something that prophesied to my spirit that all of the abuse and that all of the rejection was part of a bigger plan for my life. But how could I, once so young, feel and comprehend a revelation so powerful? How could I, so young, understand that there was a preordained plan for my life? A plan mysteriously and divinely designed with a hidden passageway for my escape. But somehow I knew that if I could withstand the assault on my little body and on my tormented mind, that after a while everything would be all right. That after a while the feelings of filthiness and numbness and worthlessness that had swallowed me whole would be forced to set me free. I did not know how I knew this, but I just knew that it all had to stop. It had to go away. I knew that when this hidden passageway, hidden because I could not yet see it, would present itself to me and would open this door to me, I would know it, and I would boldly and without hesitation step through it. Then and only then would I be able to look back and see that it was necessary for me to go through the struggles. It was necessary for me to endure the pain, because it was these horrid inflictions that would force me to find my way to the passageway. In my little mind, I understood that once I would step on the other side of that door, the silent tears that I was never allowed to cry outwardly would be wiped away from my inward parts. The hatred that had begun to fill me would be replaced with a love that surpasses all understanding. I would be reborn. I would be made whole. I would regain my innocence. And once again, I would be made to feel clean. I could not really comprehend it all, but I would eagerly accept it. For then my heart, it would smile with a genuine smile. My heart would sing a song with such a depth of words that only God could decipher. Oh, how I knew without a doubt that when I stepped through the door of that passageway, that my mind would find the comfort of peace that it had so desperately longed for. My God, how my heart did swell at the thought of being in such a place of healing. But when the opportunity to be free, the opportunity to walk out of the realm of my tormented state and to a dimension of newness and wholeness finally presented itself to me, just as I had stepped through the entrance of that doorway, just as my soul was about to finally find the relief that it so desperately sought, my ears became very sensitive, and I could hear the cries of others that were experiencing what I had experienced. Reluctantly, in my spirit, I turned from the doorway, and I looked back, and I saw other women struggling to keep their souls from being ripped from their bodies. I could hear their souls praying and crying for a way out, hoping, even while trapped in the middle of hopelessness, to find the same hidden passageway. Immediately, I knew that I could not cleave to the solace of the magnificent, embracing arms of everlasting love that had wrapped around me upon my entering the passageway. I knew, even as I could feel the flow of refreshing, purifying blood as it cascaded over me and through me, cleansing me thoroughly with such a gentle but yet overpowering purification, that I could not yet put my sordid memories behind me. I could not yet forget the details of the adversity that was so unduly inflicted upon me. Because of the exudation of anguish that poured from the prayers and the cries that I heard, pierced my soul so deeply. It was as though their cries were speaking me and their prayers were stalking my senses. The cries were seeking someone who knew that there existed a way of escape from the pain and from the hurt. They were searching for, someone who had experienced it, someone who could help. So I knew in my heart that I could not yet rest. I could not yet forget. I needed to remember the pain. I then knew the purpose of my experiences. I then understood that what was intended to destroy me was now about to be reversed and raise me up. I could clearly see that I had been molded to help others who had been caught in the web of their inner struggle, just as I had been caught. And they needed to find that doorway of freedom. For I now know that Christ and His love is that doorway that leads to the mysteriously, divinely hidden passageway of peace and rest for the soul. And now I commit myself through the grace of God and through the guidance and counsel of the Holy Spirit to help others find their way out of the web of inner struggle and to the doorway of that glorious hidden passageway. My name is Lisa Simmons, and this is my story of the Silent Cry. Thank you.